Many traders are getting bearish on the US dollar, but I'm going to show you why in today's video that could be a mistake. And I'm going to show you the exact level I'm looking to buy the US dollar and also how I'm looking to trade the euro and the pound, which I'm interested in both of those over the coming days. So my name is Justin Bennett, full-time trader and founder of Daily Price Action. As always, all of this is my opinion only and not financial advice. So as many of you know, I just got back from the hospital yesterday. My family did, in fact. My daughter was born a few days ago. So, running on fumes here, didn't get a ton of sleep over the past few days, but I really do appreciate all of the well wishes and kind words from you guys. It really does mean a lot to me and my family. So looking at the DXY first here on the daily time frame. So as we've discussed several times, guys, we have the market giving us this change of character back here. Now, this is the daily chart. So this happened back here in March. And since that time, I have been bullish on the US dollar. I was looking for this higher low down here around 98, which we certainly got. Now, for the DXY right now, what's happening is we're getting kind of this prolonged pullback here that started back on June 24th and has really kind of taken its time moving lower with lower highs and lower lows. So this right here, without understanding the structure here, the context on those higher time frames, it does look like, okay, we might be turning bearish, right? There's a lot of bearish talk out there for the US dollar simply because we are coming off the high and again, forming lower highs and lower lows. And the market does, look like it is bearish if you only look at this structure right here. The problem with that approach though, is that again, you look at every other time frame and you can see where we do have this bullish change of character back here in March. We have the higher low that formed. We also now have a break of structure above this high over here. Okay, so everything right now, guys, points to higher prices for the DXY. Now that could change, okay, but we have to go with what is on the chart right now. And what is on the chart is a bullish price action over the past few months, really in past year. So looking at this trend line down here, you can see we have several touches off of this level right here. We have one here, a couple through this area. And so I'm still waiting for the DXY to test this level. So really, in my opinion, this is a textbook pullback, a textbook corrective action here from the DXY. There's nothing to be concerned about as far as I'm concerned, looking for US dollar longs, but I do still want to see the market tap into this trend line down here. And there's a second part of this that is also going to be necessary for me to buy the US dollar. So testing this level is not going to be enough. I do need to see the market give me some type of change of character down here, whether that be on the 1 hour time frame, the 15 minute. I won't go as low as the 5 minute. I do want to see something on the 15 at a minimum. But really, I'm looking for, again, the market to tap into this trend line down here and then provide some kind of context, some type of structure on the lower time frames to tell me that the bottom is likely in. Because keep in mind that we could still technically see the DXY pull all the way back here, and this structure would still be intact. Okay, we'd still have the market making these higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so the point here is that this trend line doesn't have to hold. We could technically drop below it. However, when you look at all the touches off of this trend line, going back here to May, this is going to be a level to watch here, at least for me. Okay, but the reason that there's nothing to be concerned about in terms of looking for buys here is that if you look at the angle of this attack right here, this move up compared to this pullback, you can see how corrective this has been. In other words, this was very impulsive, very aggressive. This right here has been pretty mild in terms of the selling pressure. A lot of this really, in my opinion, is just profit taking from this move up higher. Okay, so looking for some corrective, price action to continue here, followed by that change of character down here, possibly around like 100.6. If we do get below there though, guys, like I said, I'm looking for a change of character down here around 100. But bottom line for the DXY, as long as 99.38 holds, this low down here, then the DXY, the US dollar, is bullish. Okay, so let's flip over now and look at the euro, and it's really the same story here on the daily time frame. Now, before we get too far, if you want a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 plus a 50% deposit bonus on future deposits up to $25,000, that's $26,000 in total, then check out the link in the description of this video for IC markets. Also, I'll pop it up here on the screen, at the top of the screen. So click on that link, head over there, fill out the application, and you will be eligible for those bonuses. And additionally, if you deposit $10,000 or more, I will grant you lifetime access to our Discord group, and that's also lifetime access to the full SMC course. So be sure to check out that link. So with the euro, looking at the daily chart, you can see this is pretty much the inverse of the DXY, right? We have the market giving us that bearish change of character back here in March. This was very convincing. This was about a 50 pip close below the low. So very convincing stuff here from the euro. Now, what we have on the 4 hour time frame, if we go out here, you can see where we did actually close below this low over here as well. So in the bigger picture, we also have now the market giving us a break of structure over here as well. Okay, so you could just see it there on the daily time frame, but this is essentially a break of structure, okay, following the change of character that occurred back here, okay? So all in all, guys, the euro remains bearish. Now, you can see in terms of the internal structure to that, we also have this BOS here, right? So lower highs and lower lows from this market. So the last time I talked about the euro, what I was looking for there was a push down here into the bottom of this channel, okay, followed by potentially some more relief here from the euro. Now, you look at this price action as well, right? Look at this here, this drop from this high down here to the low, and then look at the price action since this time. We've basically formed what could be a bear flag. Okay, so this is what I mean where you have this impulsive move lower, okay, sellers in control back here, and then this relief is basically a lot of just profit taking, guys. There's really nothing here, especially structurally, that tells me that the bottom is in for the euro. Just the opposite, in fact. I'm still looking for shorts here. But one of the key things that I mentioned in the last video was from this high up here down here to the low, you can see where premium comes in basically right here, this high. Like this was a retest of the 50%. The 50% from this high down here to the low, this was a retest right off of 50%. I want to see the market get up here into premium. Now, this up here for the euro, if we see like right around 1.15, then I will be looking for a change of character to get short. And that could line up too, if we look at the DXY here, that could line up too with this trend line that we just looked at, okay? So this trend line comes in down here around 100.6 or so. And so if the euro can get up here, okay, above the 50%, that could line up with that. Now, here's the thing. If we see the euro, just because this channel here is pretty well worn at this point, if we were to see this market get below here and start taking out lows, then guys, this could be it. This 50% retest could be all we get, and we might not get the move up here into this inefficiency. And that's just the way it goes, guys. When you get a market that is very bearish or even bullish, and you just have a lot of momentum behind it, you don't always get those retracements into, in this case, premium, okay? So that's just kind of the name of the game. It's the way it goes sometimes. But right now, with the euro just trading right here in the middle of this chop, I don't really see a whole lot to do here. Basically, we either get below this low here, break down from this channel, or preferably for me, I want to see the market up here, give me that change of character on a retest up here, and then I can get short. Now, as for targets for the euro, when we look at this, it's pretty straightforward. So if we go back here, and in fact, there is a channel here too that is not showing right now. So I'm going to pop it on the chart from this high up here off of these two lows. We've talked about this before as well, many times. And this was actually on my chart too on this retest. So I had it on here a bit early, talking about how this was resistance up here, and sure enough, it was. Anyway, the bottom of this channel, guys, is going to, over the coming weeks and months, going to be a factor. Now, it doesn't matter if it tests it, here or over here, or even later. Wherever it tests this level, you can bet that buyers are going to step in. But in terms of targets in the interim, though, before that, you can see this low back here, right? We've got this low, this wick, around 1.121. And then we've got this low down here around 110.60. So really, these are going to be my first two targets. And then, of course, like I said, the bottom of this channel. But first, before looking for shorts, I would like to see the euro just kind of continue this chop, possibly into that premium area above the 50%. And again, we go back to DXY too. This is kind of my barometer for trading the euro and the pound. I do want to see this market ideally tap into this trend line down here and then provide a signal of its own. Okay, so looking at the pound. Now, before we get into this one, guys, if you do want my exact SMC strategy that I use to trade full time, check out the link right here on the screen. That is completely free. Click the link, enter your name and email address, and you will be given free access. So looking at the pound, this one has confused a lot of traders. However, it's actually really straightforward. If you look here at the daily time frame, first of all, you can see this is much more sideways than the euro. However, if we go to a 4-hour time frame, what you'll notice is that we did close below this low back here. So in the larger picture, we have the market giving us a BOS to the downside. All of this right here, this and this is all internal to this larger structure, okay? So very, very straightforward. Now, in terms of where we are currently and what we could be getting here from the pound. So if we look at this structure on the 4-hour, this high up here is the protected or external high within this structure, okay, on the way down. So taking from this high down here to the low, you can see where the pound is right now. And this is what makes it very interesting. We are right there in OTE. Now, the reason this has confused a lot of traders is I heard some people in comments saying that they're getting chopped up in this because they're trying to short. And in my opinion, they are trying to short prematurely because they're dropping to a 15-minute time frame. And the problem here, guys, is that if you look over here, let's look at this price action. So you have obviously this inefficiency here. However, you also have, look at this up here, right? You've got stuff like this. Now, this is a 1 hour time frame. If I were to drop to a 15-minute time frame, you've got inefficiencies, through here certainly as well. And so that's what's being mitigated right now from the pound. So if we take a look here at this upper level of OTE, which is right around the 72%, and we go over here, look what was tested, guys. This right here. So this is a full mitigation of this displacement back here. Okay, so this is what I would want to see mitigated or retested before looking for shorts, which we've done. So now, guys, this could be potentially setting up for a short. However, what I want to see on the 1 hour time frame is if you walk this up. Let's just do this here really quickly. So off of this high over here to this price action, you can see this was our BOS. Okay, that meant that this low down here was the protected low. The market never took this out. We wick below it, but wicks do not count. So now if we walk this over, this right here, this high was also taken out. Okay, so if we do the same thing again off of this high over here, this was also our BOS. Now, it doesn't matter if you use this candle right here or this over here, the result is the same. And that is that this low right here is going to be the one to watch. This now is the protected low. So here's what also trips up a lot of traders is that they see this here and they will draw a line across this high over here toward this and say that this right here is my protected low. And look, this could work out. That could be the case. But this pullback, even if you use this high up here, this pullback right here is far too shallow. Okay, this retracement is way too shallow to use this as a protected low. This one over here, I love. I love using this one right around 1.332 simply because we swept this low over here. Okay, notice how we came up, we took out the high, right? We came down here, we swept this low, and then we formed a new high and closed above. So in my opinion, if you are looking for shorts here, okay, this is not financial advice, but if you are looking for shorts on the pound, then this level down here, exactly at 1.3323 or so, is going to be the one to watch. Okay, so we're not there yet, right? We're not there yet. We still have quite a ways to go here from current levels. I mean, you're still talking about, about 80 pips or so from current levels down here toward that low. Now, it might look like you're missing out, right? If you wait for all of that. However, keep in mind that this downtrend, first of all, if we were to get the close below this low here, right, you're not shorting this. You're shorting the lower high that develops. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, if we come out here, you got to keep in mind that we gave a larger break of structure over here. So this downtrend, right, even if you wait for this right here, okay, if you're waiting for this low to get taken out, even if you're waiting for this, look at the context of this right here and the recent high. Okay, so this is the price action that you're waiting for, that confirmation, that change of character. But then you've got targets like this low and you've got targets like this low over here. Okay, so you've got a lot of real estate to work with if you get the close below here and then you're looking for the lower high. You've got this target here and then possibly this one. So there's a lot to work with here, guys. And so you don't have to FOMO into this. There's no need to FOMO into this. There's plenty of real estate from this low down here on a lower high toward this low. You've got 200 plus pips down here toward this low back here. Back here in November of last year, you have 340 pips. Okay, so a lot of real estate to work with on a change of character up here below that area around 1.3323. Okay, but the bottom line is the pound right now is right there in OT. So very interesting price action from this market. I would like to see, again, this low get taken out there to confirm that change of character. And then from there, as I always say in these videos, guys, that right there is not the short. You don't want to be shorting low like this and chasing a market. If we get this here, you're looking for that lower high to develop and then looking for shorts from that. Okay, so that's how we could look here over the coming days. Obviously not a forecast, but that is ideally what I'd be looking at here from the pound, something like this. If we do take out this low, obviously, if we continue to form these higher highs and higher lows, then there's nothing to do here. There's nothing to short. So that's it for today's video. Keep it locked in here. Subscribe to the channel. Also check out the free SMC course. That link is right here on the screen. So click on that, enter your name and email address, and you will be given free lifetime access. So until next time, trade well. I will talk to you again in the next video.